Happy Valentine's, mom and dad. Let's get cooking. Dice up red onions, done. Cube up your tomatoes, done. Connect your LPG blowtorch to your Africa Super Jiko, opening the regulator valve, and these are first layer of flavor, charring the outside. For reference, this is me 5 years ago, same technique, just less efficient and unhealthy to both humans and the environment. LPG is the future, and in less than 5 minutes, I'll chop up the chicken, and now is to rinse any excess blood and gunk out. Repeat the process until water runs clean and transfer everything into a pot. Season with salt, completely submerging in water, bringing out the Africa's 13 kgs to play, and boil the chicken for almost 2 hours until nice and tender. As the chicken was simmering away, I made some kunde and mrenda, mom's favorite veggies. It's been slightly over 2 hours and the chicken was still looking a bit chewy. I proceeded with a bit of oil and we are going to fry the chicken till golden brown, proceeding with some onions. Fry the onions till fragrant and go in with spring onions. Frying the spring onions, and once it starts smelling like grandma's kitchen, in with our tomatoes. Saute the tomatoes till broken down to a wet fry. Leftover chicken stock or water for some stew. Mix it in and let this simmer for 30 or so minutes or until the chicken is nice and tender. Fresh coriander for garnish from my first celebrity chef, and final blessings to the dish. Turn off the heat, and once wilted down, it was time to serve my parents their favorite dish. And before eating today's a special Valentine's, as these are the first ever flowers in their 35 years together I have ever seen dad get mom, from Africa's and our parent company Shell. Happy Valentine's to all young and old lovers alike. Just as the flames of my gas stove burns every day, may the flames of love in your heart never dim. Happy Valentine's. Today is my birthday. Let's prepare barracuda fish curry alongside vegetable rice for friends who became family. Dice up red onions, done. Yellow onions, done. Carrots into cubes, done. Green bell peppers, done. Red bell peppers, done. Cube up your tomatoes, done. I don't like surprises for my birthday, so we are going to switch from our Super Jiko to the Africa's 13 kgs. Proceed with rice in a pot, turmeric alongside chicken bouillon, cover with water, bring to a boil and simmer to cook through. Soapy water on the nozzle, and if no bubbles form, your cylinder is safe to store for emergencies. Oil in a pot going in with onions, garlic, carrots, wilt everything down, adding red bell peppers, green bell peppers, and saute down the veggies. Our turmeric rice should be nice and fluffy. Saute curry leaves alongside whole garam masala. Add in your turmeric rice into the pot and saute alongside the veggies to infuse. Onions into the pan as our rice dries out over low heat. Homemade fish masala goes in, and at this point our vegetable rice is done. I added in our tomatoes that we are going to break down to a paste, going in with coconut milk, and as this simmers down to cook, I got into butchering our barracuda for the fish curry, portioning them into chunks and into a pot. Our curry base has been cooking for almost an hour, and once infused and oil separating, pour over our fish. Gently mixing the fish with the sauce, going in with some fresh curry leaves for aroma, topping it up with coconut milk to make it saucy as we are serving it over rice. Bring this to a simmer, and I went in with the fish heads to add more flavor to the stew, and as this cooks down, we got into serving our vegetable rice. Fish doesn't take long to cook, and after 15 to 20 minutes, our barracuda fish curry was done. Managed to serve out 30 portions alongside our vegetable rice. I know times are tough, but as we try making a living from what we get, remember to make a life through what you give. Happy holidays. Remember, it's safer to disconnect your regulator before traveling for the festivities. Caramelized onions, mozzarella and cheddar grilled cheeseburgers that will have your taste buds dancing. Thinly slice your beef sirloin, chopping it down into a rough mince alongside 20% pork belly. Mince in the pork alongside the beef for 20 to 80% lean to fat ratio, and proceed to shape them into burger patties. Season with salt and black pepper, and in a pan with some butter, go in with onions, seasoning with salt. Saute the onions over low heat, and after about 3 hours our onions are nice and caramelized. Burger patties goes onto the grill, seasoning the other side with salt and black pepper as well. Slice your buns and let them soak in the caramelized onions butter before transferring them into a hot dry pan, and we are going to toast them, and once nice and golden, flip them over, slightly toasting the outside as well. Flip over your burger patties. Caramelized onions go on top of the patties as the underside cooks. Mozzarella cheese go on top of our caramelized onions, with mature cheddar going on top, and as the cheese melts and the patties cook the underside, grab your toasted buns and apply your mayo, ketchup, mustard, onion and pickled burger sauce. Assemble your burgers, topping them up with our sauced up buns, and our grilled cheeseburgers are done. And today we head over to Wali for Birds cast and crew, a series of Kenyan theatre shows staging diverse stories from Kenyan history. Catch it this weekend at Jane Bavan Loresho. 4 shows remaining. Saturday 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Sunday 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Grab your tickets on mook.com. Let's stand up and support our local artists as we dive into Kenyan culture and history brought to life with this amazing show. Grab your tickets. See you then and enjoy.
Out.
Chicken kienyeji charred over open flames, wrapped in banana leaves and baked till tender, nice and smoky. My son's favorite livestock is chicken, and today the International Livestock Research Institute is celebrating 50 years of livestock research. I'm going to make him his favorite free-range chicken, kienyeji style. After dispatching and defeathering our chicken over open flames, we are going to grab a few banana leaves and after washing them clean, lay over our kienyeji chicken. Fresh herbs go into the cavity and we are going to cover it up, making our chicken whole again before wrapping it up in our banana leaves. Sandwich our chicken in between a banana tree bark, and we are going to lay this over the hot coals and let them bake and smoke till nice and tender. As I got busy with my mboga kienyeji, local solutions to issues such as malnutrition, animal disease control, improving livelihoods through embracing sustainability and equity in livestock farming despite climate change are some of the issues ILRI are tackling. It's been slightly over 2 hours and our chicken had completely cooked through. Nice, smoky and already pulling off the bone. As you know, kienyeji can get a bit tough. This recipe was inspired by my interaction with the Maasai community, whom they and their livestock live in perfect harmony with nature and the local wildlife. This is in tune with the International Livestock Research Institute focus on supporting sustainable livelihoods and reducing poverty through livestock. And just as the Maasai taught me, a bed of herbs over the grill and you're going to lay over our chicken to rest and perfume. I seasoned my chicken with some salty water, and once done, I finished everything off with some fresh lemon juice. Livestock supports over 1.3 billion people globally, and ILRI envisions livestock as a driver of sustainable development, providing essential nutrients, playing a critical role in combating malnutrition, especially amongst children. Happy 50th anniversary. If your omena smells like a dead joke stinking up the house, today's omena recipe alongside incredibly soft ugali and sukuma wiki is for you. Red onions sliced up, done. Tomatoes, done. Spring onions chopped up, done. Coriander roughly chopped, done. Chiffonade your sukuma wiki, done. Fresh omena that a few hours ago was still swimming in Lake Victoria, try and resuscitate them with cold water, giving them a gentle bath, getting rid of any dirt before straining, and that's all the hard work done. These are ready to be cooked. Oil in a hot pan alongside green onions that we are going to saute, and once aromatic, in with our ginger and garlic paste. Cook this down to infuse, and once fragrant, in with your tomatoes. Saute over high heat, and once broken down, season with salt, black pepper, cumin and coriander powder, paprika alongside turmeric powder, your favorite seasoning cube, and always cook down your spices, infusing them in the oil before topping everything up with water. Mix to combine, when we're going to let this simmer and build flavor as we prepare our ugali. Add your premium maize meal into boiling water, mixing it in, getting rid of any lumps, adding more flour as necessary. Easy to prepare and incredibly soft. Add more of our Aja premium whiteness, folding it in effortlessly, leaving no lumps behind, cooking over high heat, and once you get that great ugali aroma, your incredibly soft ugali will be done. Our sauce has now reduced, full of flavor. Gently spread your fresh omena evenly in the pan, and if you've worked with fresh omena before, you know how delicate they are. So even when mixing to combine with the sauce, be gentle as they can easily break, and if not careful, you'll end up with omena porridge or instant omena oats. Go in with heavy cream or milk, and we're going to let our omena poach for around 8 to 10 minutes with minimal mixing as we get started with our sukuma wiki by sauteing onions with a bit of salt. In goes our sukuma wiki, wilting them down, adding in more, repeating the same process, and we are going to cook our sukuma wiki for a few minutes, still retaining its vibrant color and texture. Our fresh omena had poached in the sauce, simmering for around 8 minutes. Garnish with coriander and gently mix to wield the coriander, and if you've never had fresh omena before, I highly recommend trying out this version. As with fresh omena, you don't get that pungent omena smell produced by bacteria and concentrated compounds as a result of the drying process. This ain't your dry stinky omena that stinks up the house, and if you don't know where to get fresh omena, check out my plug Akinis plate on the caption for your deliveries, and enjoy. Chicken tom yum soup, and my favorite, shrimp hot and sour tom yum. Defeather your chicken, chopping them into pieces, covering with water, squeezing over lime juice, rinsing out most of the blood and gunk until the water runs clear and the chicken is clean. Transfer into a pot, completely submerging your chicken in water, seasoning with fish sauce, going in with onions and sugar for balance, and let this come to a boil. A bed of ice, keeping our prawns fresh as we work under the sun. Separate the prawns head from the tail, peeling off the shell and the legs, leaving the tail attached. Using a sharp knife, devein the prawns, and once done, rinse clean and rest over a bed of ice. Leftover prawn shells alongside the heads into a dry pan, toasting, and once nutty and aromatic, cover with water, deglazing the fond. Bring to a quick boil, reducing to a simmer, crushing the heads, releasing all the flavors before straining, and after 10 minutes, my prawn stock is done, ready for a prawn tom yum. Our chicken stock had boiled into a flavorful broth. Lemongrass goes in alongside ginger or galangal, tearing in kaffir lime leaves, mixing the fresh herbs and simmer till the broth is nice and aromatic. A whole jar of tom yum paste goes in. Mix it in, letting the flavors marry together before going in with mushrooms. Mix to combine, and this shouldn't take long to cook. Coconut milk goes in. Mix it in gently into the soup. Tomatoes goes in, and at this point turn off the heat. Garnish with fresh coriander, and to bring out all the flavors, fresh lime juice to brighten the soup up. With the heat turned off, gently mix everything in. Tomatoes should be cooked but not broken down. And at this point, our chicken tom yum soup was done, and the same process and ingredients applies to my prawn tom yum soup as well, which happens to be my favorite. Ensure to buy and use authentic Thai ingredients. Details on how and where to buy them in my caption. See you this Saturday as I'll be having a live cooking demo at Sarik Center organized by the Royal Thai Embassy. Details in the caption and your chance to finally have a taste of my cooking.